scheduled here in this much anticipated fight, and we are underway with round number 1. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. Power puncher facing a high stamina guy, a well-conditioned guy. How can the well-conditioned fighter best guard his body so that the power puncher isn't targeting it?
Well, move it. Get on his bicycle a little bit. Don't stay right in front. If that power puncher is the power puncher, that's his strength. But his weakness is he probably has to have you right in front. Give him angles.
Parries that punch intended for the head. That's a forceful 2-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Halfway through round number 1, a solid left hand by Mike Tyson. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense.
Stay away from the inside.
Ali's right hand working well that time. He scored well. Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Good block. Rock'em, sock'em robots right from the start here, Teddy.
No defense, just pure offense.
Tyson with a powerful left hand. Last 10 seconds of this first round. Double jab upstairs.
You gotta breathe. Just breathe. Relax. How you feeling out there? You're not winning this fight.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Very nice work with the double jab up top. A well-placed left hand up top. Solid right by Muhammad Ali. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. And he just holds on there. Teddy, there's a certain fire that rages in Muhammad Ali. A lot of it has to do with the early days and some things he faced growing up in Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sensitive person. He's a person that takes that sensitivity and he puts it somewhere. In a place, as you said, sort of in a furnace that can burn strong. You know, this was during a time where this country was not at its proudest times, the way that it behaved towards black people, towards African Americans, and he remembers that, and he uses that in a positive way, in an athletic way, in a way where it just prospers him career-wise.
He got caught by that right hand. He never saw it coming. He may be looking to clinch here.
Stay on the outside.
Well-targeted left hand by Mike Tyson. What a smart combination by Muhammad Ali.
Hook off the jab.
Snapping hook by Mike Tyson. Now here's a perfect example of where you can actually see confidence growing in a fight. He was able to stun his man in that last round, and you just get a sense that he's a bigger, better fighter than he was before.
Well, I agree with you, Joe. It's the accumulation of damage that's starting to get to him right now.
Ali with a right hand. He clinches when he gets to the inside. Well, he's told us all along the strategy is to fight on the outside. He cannot be smothered like that. That's why you see him pushing away and shoving his man back. Ali's impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. Nice work with the combination by Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's giving us a taste of some of that athletic ability, that hand speed right there. Good combination.
And his opponent, though, now is going to have to show us that he could do something to sort of, you know, adjust to this, to counter this. And that's going to be controlling range and timing, because he can't match up with the physical hand speed.
Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Little head hunting with the left. Very accurate two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Ali's getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Teddy, there have been those who have gone the distance with a prime Mike Tyson, but they never really gave you the sense that they were capable of winning in doing so.
Because they did not have that belief, that sense themselves. They got to a point where they were a co-conspirator to their own demise, that they were cooperating with the wrong guy, with the enemy. They were not looking to win. They were hoping to either survive or get the hell out of there. They used to make silent agreements on the inside. When they had opportunities to work, they didn't work. They put their hands behind Tyson and they hoped that he would hold on and they would get a free ride. That if they didn't hurt him, he wouldn't try to hurt them.
Well, he's up 3 rounds to zip on Teddy's scorecard here as we start round number 4. And he's a volume puncher, and that's exactly what he's doing to bank away these early rounds here, Teddy.
Yeah, he's not hurting him with any of those shots. And quite honestly, a lot of them are missing. But the other guy's not staying up with him with the punch numbers. He's winning a round.
That's a well-scored left hand by Mike Tyson. Able to land another power shot early on here, Teddy. Does he have to worry about trying to keep up this pace?
No, I don't think so. If he keeps at this pace, he's not going to be around to worry.
Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. Muhammad Ali's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Tyson's punches just don't look like what they should look like right now, Teddy. I know he's thrown a lot early on here, but there's no oomph on them.
Well, that's the other side of it. There's always a flip side to a coin. And the flip side here in the boxing ring, yeah, he threw a lot of punches, but they didn't affect the guy. Right now, I think he's giving in a little bit.
Good, clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Muhammad Ali. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. 4th round now with its last 10 seconds. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. This round comes to an end. And Teddy, easy to note here that he wasn't landing a lot of punches. Now he was throwing them up, but he wasn't landing a lot. Is that because of his opponent's defense, or is he just not that accurate of a puncher?
No, it's a combination. First of all, his opponent's pretty slick in there. Pretty good at bobbing, weaving a little bit, slipping a little bit, making himself a difficult target, but his punches are a little wide. Needs to shorten them up.
Good flush shot upstairs. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. You know, when you bully the bully, you can do that right there. Tyson floored by the power punch. Tyson's still in a tough spot here. Don't get fooled just thinking he beat the count and everything's fine.
And I'm not so sure that he can grab. So what you got to do now, if you're a trainer, the way you taught him in the gym is you don't want to go grab because you might leave yourself open. Move your head when he comes to you, then you grab him.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
away with that hook to the head. Oh, that had to hurt. Not able to land the head shot. Good defensive skill.
Keep moving.
Hook! Hook! Tyson's right hand scores well. An accurate left by Muhammad Ali. Look at Muhammad Ali and his ability to avoid punches here. He's got it every which way. He's slick, he's smooth, he blocks and parries. Good defense. Really good job by Ali. Get after him! Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. Goes up top with a right hand.
Come on.
How about that exchange? Ali's knockdown scored in that last round has a certain tone in that corner that every trainer wants. They are bubbling with confidence. They know they can go out and accomplish things again here.
Can we recoup from that?
How quickly can he recover? That's one of the questions that'll be answered early on in this round after being knocked down in that last round.
Well, what he has to do is go out there, be defensive-minded. I think get a little time early on. Don't worry about winning or pressing the first part of the round. Just get himself together, then start picking it up after that.
Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Targeting that head with the combination punching. Flipping him with that uppercut. Big shot by Muhammad Ali. Nice work on the right hand by Muhammad Ali. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Ali's left landing well. Final 10 seconds of the 6th round.
Nice work on the outside. Keep it up. Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him this round.
Here we go. Action to start the 7th round. Tyson's work rate is very high. I looked at the punch stats, and you can see that he's a busy guy. I don't think he's an effective guy, though. A lot of these aren't landing.
Well, you have a reason to think that, Joe. Guess what?
Solid. And for the 2nd time tonight, he goes down. So the knockdown scored against Mike Tyson, but his opponent may want to watch out as Tyson has steadied himself back up on his feet. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Muhammad Ali's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination.
Pace yourself.
Uppercut! Committing up top now. He goes there again. He scores with the jab there.
You know, Joe, a lot of times you think about a jab being used by an outside guy, but to get inside, you need a cover. And there, right there, was the cover.
Tyson's opponent is having a field day, Teddy. That left hand lands again.
Well, he keeps moving the wrong direction. He needs to move away from that punch.
Well placed jab straight. And that's the end of round 7.
Breathe. Need another round from you. I need you to be busy this round, all right? He caught you with your hands down. Let's box smart and not get caught.
You don't need that. Throw that away.
Ali's in control of this fight with a commanding lead on your scorecard, Teddy, as we start round number 8. He just looks like the kind of guy that's not going to be defeated tonight.
No, he's made up his mind. And he didn't make his mind up, you know, and this is for the young fighters out there and whatever you aspire to do to move forward. He didn't make up his mind tonight. It was made up way before he got in the ring, and it's showing.
He's getting the payoff. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Muhammad Ali. And now he's targeting upstairs. Tyson's punch didn't come close. Big shot comes crashing home. Can he beat the count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
Good evening, everyone. When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. Let's talk about the pre-fight chatter heading into this fight of Muhammad Ali against Mike Tyson, because both men like to intimidate their opponents. Now, Mike does it by silence and by pure intimidation of trying to make the guy fearful. Ali does it by acting half crazy.
Yeah, well, I think I'll go with Ali because I think there's a depth to his character where it's been tested in areas that Tyson has not been tested, where he believes in himself more than Tyson. I think that when you depend just purely on the intimidation you just touched on, where you just scare guys, where you just try to frighten guys, there's gonna come a day, and it might come today, where it doesn't work. And then guess what? The intimidator becomes the intimidated. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens.
Muhammad Ali's jacked up by an uppercut. There's that overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Good job, it was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Mike Tyson. Nice block.
Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
A good block. Well landed that hook by Mike Tyson. Takes a step back, then the counterpunch by Muhammad Ali.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
This round comes to an end. A round in which this fighter threw a lot of punches, didn't land a lot of punches. I'll tell you, what advice can you give to him if you're the trainer?
Well, first of all, deal with the psychological part. Joe, don't forget, 75% of this game is psychological. Don't let him get discouraged, because even though he's not going to say nothing, in his head, he's starting to get discouraged. Just say to him, hey, listen, you're going to catch him. Let's shorten him up a little bit. And you know what? He's moving his head, so go to the body. Because now you're going to hit him a little in the body, because the body's not moving.
A knifing left hand by Muhammad Ali. Hits him in the mug with the right. What was the thing when you developed Mike Tyson, Teddy, that he grasped instantly?
Well, what he understood right away was that his power not only could get rid of guys, but could intimidate guys. And the thought of his power could intimidate guys, where he could use that, where he could make guys a little fractured before he ever touched them.
Double jab by Muhammad Ali. Halfway through this round. Mike Tyson's doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away.
Come on, kid.
Teddy, is it raw skill? Is it technique? What's the answer for him? Why is he missing so many punches and tiring himself out here?
It's forgetting about the idea that it's not enough just to throw a punch.
Oh! Ruined in one instance. Just done. Fight over.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, good evening. Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. That is a classic Tyson uppercut. If the shorter guy can get to the inside against a taller fighter, how can he do damage on the inside? What should we look for from him?
Well, you remember when you were a kid, you walked downtown in Manhattan, you looked up at the Empire State Building, all those great tall buildings? Well, it's the same thing. You suddenly get inside and you look up and wow, there's a tall building. Start breaking some windows.
See, that's the work they want to see with the right hand by Muhammad Ali. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Ali's showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. Scored well up top. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Tyson's right hand scores well that time. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. A solid, true uppercut by Muhammad Ali.
Let's go. What are you waiting? You want this fight? Then let's get moving out there. This guy's gonna win this fight. If you don't take control, son, you need to take control.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Muhammad Ali's combination punching working out well there. He landed 3 solid shots. Huge uppercut by Tyson. Good block by Ali. He scored well after being hit himself. Good combination to the body. Well, he's trying to keep up a heck of a work rate here. Tyson's punching himself out at this point.
Yeah, and that's not the worst part of it. The worst part of it is going to be if his opponent notices.
Good step back counter punch there. He gets off with a combination up top. Tried the hook, didn't get it.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head.
Back to the body.
Solid left hand to the head. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Muhammad Ali. That's a good block by Muhammad Ali. Getting comfortable with that jab, isn't he?
Don't stand toe-to-toe with this guy. Keep your distance, all right? Okay, listen. Body and head. Double up your punch. Body, then head.
And round number 3 is underway. Ali's winning the fight to me based on his overall speed. He's just a faster, quicker fighter, and it's making it so that he's able to employ his ways and get the best of his opponent.
Oh, he has that physical asset, no doubt about it. You can see it. But he has to be careful that he doesn't get carried away. He doesn't get reckless with that speed.
Now, your mentor, Customato, became Mike Tyson's legal guardian. Going back 30 years prior to that, he had Floyd Patterson, who at the time became the youngest heavyweight champion. Were there parallels that Cuss would make between Floyd and Mike?
There was similarities. Floyd coming from Brooklyn, Tyson came from Brooklyn. Floyd had some problems as a youth on the street. Of course, Tyson had a lot of problems. They both could punch, they both had speed, and they were both guys that boxing gave them a chance to get off the street. Actually gave them a chance to have a life.
Getting him into the place he wants to. That's against the ropes. Tyson able to land a big shot. Nice job doubling up the jab by Muhammad Ali. Nice work, the left hand to the head. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Gets rid of that body shot.
Focus.
10 seconds to go in this 3rd round. What a damaging blow. Nice hook upstairs. And this round comes to an end.
Listen to me, man. If you want this fight, you gotta stay busy out there, all right? Because you're losing this fight. Why? Because you're not throwing any punches.
The quick takeaway from the first 3 rounds is that one guy's got the higher punch output, the other one's lagging behind. As we start round number 4, Teddy's scorecard, 3 rounds to none.
Yeah, the one guy with the high punch rate, the reason he's winning and the reason why he's effective is he's in the geography of the ring he needs to be, in tight.
Each man able to land an uppercut. Mike Tyson's well off the mark that time and just grabbing onto his opponent. Oh, good exchange there.
You're doing great.
He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. Ali pulls the trigger on that hook.
It's okay. Pay him back.
Teddy, it seems like with Mike, there's such a commitment to that upper body movement.
Yeah, you know, without that, he's not Mike Tyson. That's what separates him. It's good you brought that up. We've had guys like Ernie Shavers, Big Cat, Cleveland Williams. I mean, they were big guys. They could punch maybe as hard as Tyson. They didn't win a world title. Tyson's vehicle to really get there, to get to the finish line, to the world title, was his upper body movement. He'd make you miss, and he would create opportunities for those.
Ali's in bad shape. Teddy, explain this to me. Hey, this fighter was just staggered and stunned. Now all of a sudden he's defending beautifully.
Yeah, because he's on instinct now. Before he was thinking, he was overthinking. That happens out in life in a lot of places. And now he's not. Now just naturally, instinctively, survival mode is there. He's doing all the things, Joe, that he was taught in the gym. Things he couldn't do before because he was worried about doing them. He had too many things clogging his head.
Ali's bounce is back in his step. The start of a new round, coming off a round in which he really took some punishment.
Well, that's what being in great shape will do for you. Also, great experience where he's been through these things before and he's not panicking.
Boy, sharp two-punch combinations by Mike Tyson. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Effective work with that flush overhand right. And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date and he wants to get to it.
And yet another right hand lands. And he engages in the clinch. Tyson's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. And now he's targeting upstairs. How about that left hand? Nice strike after catching one by Muhammad Ali. Tyson's getting back to basics. A good, solid jab. Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get
it. Keep your distance.
Sharp and accurate 1-2 by Muhammad Ali.
Come on, get focused.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round.
Come on, get focused.
Don't fight going back. Right? Back him up. Cut the ring off. Back him up and use your face to cut the ring with ease. Can't win this going back. Back him up. Always use the face.
The start of the 6th round. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no. Actually, I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. And a big right hand comes crashing home from Tyson. Muhammad Ali lands the huge uppercut. Off the target by Muhammad Ali. A precise hook by Tyson he showed us. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Muhammad Ali's defense clearly carrying things right now for him. But what else should he be conscious of beyond just this good footwork we're seeing?
Well, the old times would say, hey, you're doing the hard part, you're making a miss. Do the fun part. Make sure he pays.
This round comes to an end. And Teddy, easy to note here that he wasn't landing a lot of punches. Now he was throwing them up, but he wasn't landing a lot. Is that because of his opponent's defense, or is he just not that accurate of a puncher?
No, it's a combination. First of all, his opponent's pretty slick in there, pretty good at bobbing, weaving a little bit, slipping a little bit, making himself a difficult target, but his punches are a little wide. Needs to shorten them up.
Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. Good exchange. He fires back. Boy, that'll put a smile on a trainer's face, landing a flush, strong hook by Muhammad Ali. Ali's punch is far off the target. Well-placed, well-timed combo up top. What a big shot. Well, we've seen Mike Tyson in a spot like this before. Remember, he once rose up off the canvas against Buster Douglas, only to be floored again. Can he do it here? Tyson's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll react. At the halfway point of round 7. Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. Nice block by Mike Tyson.
Keep moving.
Got to try to do better than that. He missed with that hook. Tyson's putting forth a game plan of being a volume puncher. But, Teddy, he's not landing a lot of these punches. And what kind of effect can that have on this fight?
Well, he can get frustrated a little bit, and, hey, he might not win the fight. He can have that kind of effect. Is that effective enough?
Jab and a straight by Muhammad Ali.
Back to the body.
Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. That is my favorite punch there is. A forceful uppercut by Muhammad Ali.
Right? Come on, relax. Relax. Shake it out. Shake it out. You gotta relax. You gotta move out there, right? Move, move, move. Come on, breathe.
Ali's enjoying a big lead on Teddy's scorecard here as we start round number 8. He has dominated this fight, Teddy. What advice would you be giving him if you were in charge of that corner?
Well, I would tell him, look, I don't want to go into a prevent defense because we see the football teams, they do that. The other team suddenly marches down the field when they couldn't go down the field. But keep your defense good. Make sure you stay alert. Don't make any mistakes. You know, keep the offense going because that's what's keeping them in control. That's what's keeping them from coming down the field, so to speak. But stay alert. Make no mistakes.
Focus. Watch the hook.
Downstairs with a right hand. Mike Tyson's trying to steady himself in this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, how much can really happen in those 60 seconds? How much of a benefit is it to a damaged fighter?
Well, a lot has to happen. First of all, physically, you have to revigorate the guy. You know, maybe massage the legs a little bit. Most importantly, get some ice on the back of his neck. You know, get that blood flow going a little bit. Make sure that you revive him a little bit. Get him back to feeling like he's ready to go out there.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Good flush shot upstairs. As basic as can be, but it works. A jab followed by the straight.
Range. There you go.
Ali's banged by an uppercut. Good work with the uppercuts. Nice job there. That last round was a great example of the game plan by Muhammad Ali. They want to see clean and effective punching, just landing flush. They got it.
Yeah, a lot on the back end. You know, he was stepping out, doing a lot of counter punching, allowing his opponent to do some of his work for him. Come in a little reckless and nail him.
What a nice big right hand from Muhammad Ali. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Look at that combination by Muhammad Ali. And he returns on that exchange.
Stay on the outside.
Ali's defense is playing a prominent role in this fight, Teddy.
Yes, it is, and specifically what it is he has good fundamentals. He keeps those hands up real good, you know. They're attached, they're up around his chin, his elbows in. You know, he has a real shell there that's not easy to penetrate.
He missed with that headshot. 90 seconds into the 9th round. Ali's so dangerous with that accuracy, a two-punch combination landing. Good return fire that time.
Just like that, just like that.
And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head.
Keep doing what you're doing. Defense, more defense.
Oh, and he got caught right there. Everything was going fine, and then he got caught.
Well, that's the problem. It was going too fine. He got a false sense of security. The other guy wasn't throwing back. He took for granted, and bang, you can't take for granted in this ring.
And that's the end of round 9. Ali's in position right now to really bring home a good victory. He's up on the punch stats. He's up on your scorecard. This is his fight.
Yeah, we just hope that the judges, and you never know that. That's one thing that sometimes can really disappoint you in this business. You hope the judges see it that way, because I can't see it any other way.
Look at Muhammad Ali and his ability to avoid punches here. He's got it every which way. He's slick, he's smooth, he blocks and parries. Good defense. Really good job by Ali. See, that's some fine defense right there. I love that block by Muhammad Ali. Ali's in a good rhythm defensively here. Teddy, what is that? A credit to his ability to anticipate?
You know, also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit. Of course, let's give his background of the amateurs credit, but he learned how to get away from punches. This is technique that was taught to him.
Left and right, left and right.
Halfway through round 10. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Not one, but two. Good work with the jab up top.
Stay away from those.
Comes right back with some offense of his own. Nicely timed 1-2. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Counting down towards the end of the 10th round. 10 seconds to go.
Stay away from him. Keep throwing that jab. Okay.
I don't know if there's any hope for him, to be honest with you. I really don't. And I know he's making a late rally here, but to watch the first half of this fight, he didn't mount hardly any effort whatsoever. He gave all those rounds away.
It makes you think about the mental parts of this business, Joe, because now when there's less pressure on, where, you know, he probably can't win the fight, all of a sudden he's put in an effort. But when he needed to, he wasn't. It's like it's easier now when it doesn't count.
Finish with the hook.
Good block there by Muhammad Ali.
Use the ring.
Ali's doing a brilliant job with his head movement. He's employing top-notch defense right here, and it's frustrating his opponent.
It is frustrating his opponent. His opponent needs to make an adjustment of thinking right now and understand what's there, not what's not there. We know that the head's not there, but what's there? The body. He needs to start going downstairs. That will freeze up some of that head movement.
Now he's backing his man up against the ropes. Nice work with the double jab to the midsection.
Pace yourself.
Muhammad Ali's shoving his opponent there. Last 10 seconds of this 11th round. Oh, what an exchange! Nothing's changing course here. His corner knows it, he knows it, and his opponent knows it. Round after round, it's much the same. He's in control.
Yeah, he has a great rhythm. I mean, everything's going right. He's like a great singer up there on the stage, hitting all the right notes, just sailing along.
Good block by Muhammad Ali. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Muhammad Ali. Protecting his head well with his guard. Good looking two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Tyson's done a good job there offensively scoring with that left hand. Both men digging in with uppercuts. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand.
Uppercut.
Come on, kid, focus.
Final 10 seconds in this, the 12th and final round.
One.
End of the round is upon us, and we have a fighter in front of us who just looks gassed. He looks tired. Now, Teddy, what can he do to overcome that when this fight starts back up?
Well, first of all, this is where you search into those corners that you're not forced to search. Kind of like when you were a kid and your mother told you to clean your room and go into those little nooks and crannies where you never knew there was dirt. Now you got to start looking into nooks and crannies inside yourself. Places you didn't know were there before. You better find them. You better find them quick.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Muhammad Ali. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. A headshot blocked.
Unload. Unload. More punches.
Wow, is he defensively
Get your
sound.
back off the rope.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Putting him in position against the ropes. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Trading right hands. Boy, is this a dangerous biz. That was a fine block by Muhammad Ali.
Just like that.
Last 10 seconds. Round comes to an end. A chance to put the fight into perspective. I think there's only one way to say it. He's losing the fight battle.
Well, I have him the same way on my card. I have him way down. And right now, there's one other way to say it. Go for broke.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. You see, he sits and waits and then strikes with that counter punch by Muhammad Ali. Mike Tyson's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Muhammad Ali blocks that punch.
Relax, relax.
On the mark with the combination by Muhammad Ali.
Focus. Stay away from those. Come on.
Blocks that belt line. Wow. He is leveled. How could he possibly get up from that? He's not going to. This fight's over. It's over. We welcome you here.
Come on, kid, you got this one.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. Muhammad Ali is actually making a smart move here. He knows he needs some space, so he's pushing his man away.
Stay away from the inside.
Overhand right can be so effective. Ali's left now getting into the mix. It's a mighty list of power punchers that Muhammad Ali has continually faced. You got Joe Frazier on there. You got George Foreman on there. And tonight, now this power puncher opposite him.
Well, you have two problems with that power. Two of them when you face Ali. One is, how do you land it? You have to find the perfect spot. Maybe catch him, pull him back with his hands down. You know, maybe time him as he's throwing a jab.
Ali's banged by a right hand. Did you see that? I'll tell you, what a great job by Muhammad Ali's opponent that time. Listen, Ali's the better fighter. Ali's got more experience, but just going out there and making it happen, throwing enough stuff, sometimes it works. I don't know what Muhammad Ali has left, but I do know this. He's getting up, and he's going to find out. Able to cover up that gut.
Range.
Turns over that hook, and he does damage upstairs. And now committing to that midsection as the target with the combination punching. And now he scores well with the straight right. And all of a sudden, the tables turn. Tyson's rocked.
What's good for you is good for him.
Mike Tyson with a big right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. That's the kind of round that tells you all you need to know about what kind of fight this is. Back and forth action, both guys hurt.
That's the kind of round that you better make sure that you did all your work in the gym, that you're in shape, because more to come.
You're fighting this fight. You're fighting on the inside with this guy. I want you to use the ring and keep your distance. I need you to box. Wait for him and boom!
He seems fully recovered to me. Here we are, the start of a new round, and a fighter that got tagged hard in the last round seems as fresh as could be.
Well, when you push a fighter, when you push a human being to a dark place, that's when you're going to find out what's bright inside of them, what's great inside of them. And he's responding just that way.
Hooked off the jab.
He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth the right hand. Ali's giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot.
He's working the body.
Ali with a big left. That is boxing 101. A nice, crisp combination by Muhammad Ali. 90 seconds to go here in this round. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Teddy, many famous fighters, especially heavyweight champions, are known for their signature punch, like Rocky Marciano and his Suzy Q. But for Muhammad Ali, he's known for his signature shuffling of the feet, the Ali shuffle.
Yes, he is. And, you know, it makes me think a little bit sort of like if you were going to buy a real fancy car. You know, when somebody wants to sell you something, wants you to believe in them, they give you something first, maybe a band or entertainment, and then they take you into the showroom. And, you know, now you're ready to see the car. Well, that's what that is. That's the band. That's the entertainment. And then the show is about to begin. And it's an unbelievable show with those quick hands and those combinations.
Nice work. Good job. You're okay. Don't worry. You're doing fine.
We got it. All we need is one up there, that's it. You don't need that, throw that away.
And round number 3 is underway.
Keep working the jab. Keep your distance.
Good combination punching by Muhammad Ali. Mike Tyson with a big uppercut. He returns the favor with an uppercut. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Not precise at all by Mike Tyson. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Ali blocks it. Halfway through this round here. Ali's able to land a good, solid left hand. Teddy, you talk about going out and making a few opening statements here. The jab has spoken loudly for him.
Yeah, it has spoken loudly. What it's told his opponent is you're not just going to walk in. You're not coming into my house. It's going to be hard. I got a couple locks, a couple padlocks on here.
Wow! He was just bulldozed right there. One punch knockout power ends this fight.